Anyway, I hope that works. Hope you can hear me and all that fun shit. Welcome to Need for Speed The Run on PC. This is the pirated complete edition with a special unlocker to get a bunch of like weird pre-order cars and promo cars. If you are not aware of this game, it is like a story-driven version of Cruisin' USA, which is why I've set the game as Cruisin' USA. It's basically just a giant point-to-point racer. The story mode is like you're this dude and you're trying to win this illegal street race across the country, and it's kind of lame, but it's also kind of not lame, and I think the premise is not completely retarded. It could have been done better. This game was a very divisive Need for Speed. There's some handling horseshit in terms of like hidden assists and stuff like that, but like it's interesting. There are some good parts, there are some bad parts. As a whole, I don't mind it. The online scene, unfortunately, is no longer available. At least I don't think so. But online is more akin to like the very first NFS point-to-point races. And there's a lot more freedom in what you can do, and there's XP and all kinds of horseshit you can earn, right? As far as single player goes, you have the run, and it's your story mode trying to win a bunch of money that you just can keep playing over and over again. And then you have your challenge series, which is more like themed one-off events. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm broadcasting here. Oh wow, you can. I'm always so worried because right now it's giving me errors. And yeah. It seems to be working, which is great. I'm all tabbed right now, which is why the screen is like frozen. But anyway, we're playing Need for Speed because Chris went to bed early, he's got work. I napped a bit. But yes, welcome to Need for Speed The Run. Visually looks great, physics are arcadish. Track design is great. Premise is interesting. Could have been done better. I don't mind this game. It's fun to dick around with. I wish there was like a single race mode with just any car on any track. We unfortunately don't have that. There is one DLC that was released on PS3 and 360 that did not make it into the PC game. It was like a bunch of European sports cars. There's like a Maserati and shit like that. Some interesting cars in this. I don't remember the full car count. I want to say it's close to 200, but they count like the different variations and like the various NFS editions and shit like that. You can kind of customize the car just with a color and a body kit. It's not terrible. It's a weird Need for Speed. It is California Speed or Cruisin' USA more than it is like a proper Need for Speed game. Anyway, here's some of the promo cars you get. There's like an Old Spice Mustang. There's like a couple of Most Wanted throwbacks, your Razor car. There's cars that appeared in the Shift games, such as this RTR that we have still in Project Cars 2, I believe. Again, body kits count as different stuff. A lot of these are unlockable through online, but again, with the I guess hacked version I have, you get them all at the start. Again, you get some body kits. I'm just going through the list of cars right now. Full-on GT3 car. Yeah, there's a BMW Z4 GT3. There's a McLaren 12C GT3. There might be a SLS AMG GT car. Nope. It's an interesting mix, but it is essentially California Speed. There's Rachel Teller's car from Underground 2, even though it's kind of livery's been bastardized. Bunch of Skylines. You have your Eddie's Skyline. Again, bastardized, and it's the wrong Skyline. That is, I believe, an R32, and Eddie's is an R34. You have your R35s. Another Old Spice promo car. couple Pontiacs, bunch of Porsches, some really neat Porsches actually. Dr. Pepper cars. Okay. Just some like neat little bonus liveries and shit like that. But you, again, that's what you get with the hacked game and all of the unlocks. Apparently we have some bonus wheels that we're not going to get. I guess this is the only stuff that's not unlocked because I can't go online. So you have like your shitter cop cars. Unfortunately, I don't have that. This is all stuff you'd only be able to select online anyway, so I'm not too upset. Royal Purple R32. Flying Lizard. That'd be pretty fun. I don't know how to unlock these. I haven't really looked much into it, so there's a couple things that are hidden. Anyway, let's go dick around the challenge series. I've played this game a bit, just in my free time, so there's a few that I've finished already. I believe I have like a speed run of the AEM challenges on my channel. Just like all golds. Old Spice might be interesting. What's in here? Mono Horse. Sprint race. Sprint race. Sprint race. Sure. You know, let's just go through these. Still trying to hit the platinums for everything. If there's anything you want to see, or like certain challenges you want me to do, I'm game. I'm just dicking around here. The menu music is a remix of the Burnout 2 Point of Impact theme, which is interesting. I have no autolog because this is all offline, and I have no friends. Cry. Here's a question if Ethan is still in here. Are the servers and the leaderboards for the original Hot Pursuit still online? Or Hot Pursuit 2010? Because that could be interesting. See all the hidden assists kicking. This game is weird to drive. Apparently we're on ice now. Don't think we're going to beat the par time. This is weird to drive. Good battle for the lead, though. This car is kind of dog shit on me. Although we are hauling major ass, considering we're going almost 300k and blowing by a GT. So where's the ice patch here? Yeah, this game feels strange to drive. But like, it visually looks really good. I never played Undercover as well. I had no interest in it. To me, like, even when it was announced, it just looks stupid to me. We're not gonna get there. I'm bad at this. Six, 7, 28, 29, 30. No, 2 seconds behind. Let's try it again. You're playing with the wheel? No, I'm playing with a PS4 pad. Frostbite being weird with driving physics. Yep, there's a lot of like hidden like side force assists and stuff going on in this game. For what it is, it's kind of neat. Like, I really like the premise of, like, racing across the country. I wish there was more, like, RPG elements where it's like you would buy cars and maybe have a crew that you could upgrade their cars and just keep replaying the race over and over again until you all have, like, until you're all doing the race with, like, maxed out Paganis or whatever. I think that'd be pretty neat. Add some replayability, but no, there's just challenge series and the same story over and over again. I'd like to platinum all of these. Or at least everyone I do, I'd like to platinum. Okay. Nope. We're fucked. So, fun fact, I played through this game with a wheel about a year ago. Maybe 2 years ago. I found a cam hack online that lets you, like, move the roof camera kind of, like, back into the cockpit, and I played through all the story mode in, like, a hacked cockpit view with a wheel, and it was not fun. But wheel support is a thing for this game. I tried it. Some tracks it's like not bad, like the open tracks that take place in like the Great Plains states. It's kind of fun. But like shit like this where there's you can feel like the drift helpers kicking in. Suboptimal. But apparently 230 is possible here. Wow, that's crazy slipstream. As someone mentioned in the chat. Okay. Guess I can ride people like that. Cool. What the fuck? Off we go. Wow, we're hauling ass. Oh my god. This is completely ridiculous. It's almost like you have to purposely sit in the slipstream to build up, like it's almost like a plate race, if that makes sense. And you get, like, the crazy speed. Oh my god, 320? Shit. Have you tried the Crew? I own the Crew 2. I don't think it's installed right now. I was the biggest supporter when the game came out of the Crew 2. I actually thought it was better than Forza Horizon, and then I just lost interest because all the grindiness to it. Like, the idea I have to replay races for, like, a 1% part difference in a lottery. Like, why can't I just buy parts for my car? What was so difficult about that? But there are so many things I like about the Crew 2. Aside from the fucking upgrade system. Six, 27, 28. Nice, we picked up 4 seconds. That's a platinum. But no, the Crew 2 is so fun, but at the same time, there are so many like little design choices with it that just I cannot stand. The PS2 undercover was on the Most Wanted engine. That's interesting. Get my nice little XP boosts here. Continue. It's only me on the speed wall. Champion. You already smell like a champion. Now drive like one. Okay. This is during that period of time where EA had these weird promos with like Dr. Pepper, Old Spice, K&N, and just a bunch of random brands. The run has wheel support but mandatory astral projection chase cam view. Correct. It's weird, bro. You're almost making me miss the Crew 2. Why would you bring that up? It's basically dead now, so like maybe I could put some more time into it, just dick around. but just the grindiness to it is so upsetting. Well, no, you can run... I think there's cockpit. Nope, that's the reset button. There's roof cam, and you just use a hack to move the roof cam back, if that makes sense. So I've ruined my first attempt by accidentally pressing the reset button because I hardly know the controls. That's a very me thing, though. The load times in this game are pretty shit. It's the one downside. I don't know what view I want. So the key to this game to going quick has always been save your nitro for powering out of the corners. It's just like that. May have murdered the AI there. Hot Pursuit 2010 with a G27, that's interesting. I'm not sure if I'd like the physics, but fuck out of the way. Don't think I'll get the gold here. What's handbrake? Oh, okay, square. There's no way I can get there by 225. Am I really hitting almost 300 in an S15? That fucked me. Yep. Okay, that's doable though. If the crew was installed, I would actually not be opposed to playing the crew 2 and just doing like the really long endurance races, because there's the hypercar races near the end of the game, and there's 4 or 5 of them, are like between like 10 and 20 minutes long. I think the ET I had was like 13 for, I think it's like either New York or Detroit to Miami, probably Detroit, and it's great. But I think I blew away the crew 2, just heads up. Dead. Try that again. I mean, I'm too lazy to check, and I'm already kind of committed to this, but yeah, the crew 2 would be an interesting stream because some of my cars are kind of amazing. Bust out the Thought Patrol Celine. There's also the issue they had that, I think it's the Lamborghini Acosta they added. It's the triangular looking one, the really ugly one. They added it to the game and it's completely broken like all the progression because the car is just, that car maxed out is so much quicker than just anything else in the game. So it's like, well, why do I have the cars I have then? What the fuck? I, like, touched the dirt and it pulled me... Whatever. We'll run this one out, see what happens. Driver San Francisco is awesome. I don't like the story, but just screwing around in it in like free play is really fun. Cars drove well too. Dead. Okay, guess we're restarting that one. This is the grind fest of Need for Speed leaderboards. Write some gay fan fiction about Driver. That would be an interesting rabbit hole to go down to see if there's like Driver fan fiction. But no, and like Driver San Francisco is the way to go for like arcade driving games. How about after this race, I will check if I have the crew installed, and we can go fuck around on that for a bit. I'll plug in my wheel. That's only if I have it installed, though. Okay, now we're flying. Kind of. We are on a really good pass right now. Get that slipstream in. Yep, this is a good run. Remember, don't cut this corner coming up. I want to die. 1 point whatever seconds. Okay, do I have the crew installed? I don't know. No, I do not have the crew installed. You guys lose. Can I install it? It's probably fucking massive. You know what? Let's go install in the background. It's only 35 minutes. I can do some of the crew too after. This chat is going so wild right now. How did this start? I'm pretty disappointed I'm slow on that one. But you know what? Let's try the swagger one. Then we'll come back to it. Is there PRC hentai? No. There's Bizarro World PRC though. You've got swagger. Thanks, game. Allocating disk space for the crew too. Swagger speed wall. That comes across as so wrong. But yeah, I'm installing the crew too, and maybe we'll dick around with one or two, like, one of those big time races. Again, I haven't played it in like ages, but I guess I should have it installed as like my core free roam game. This challenge I remember being slightly easy, just because you can like draft everybody. Fuck you. I feel like I'm gonna wreck this thing. The AI hit the divider. That's great. This isn't a bad run though right now. What's interesting about this game is I believe some of the roads are real. Like, I believe they went and found like maps of Chicago and maps of San Francisco, and like some of the highways you race on are like legitimately real. Maybe like condensed and stuff due to like licensing. 8, 49, 50, 51. No, I'm cucked by like a couple car lengths. Let's try again. Didn't someone make you into a bitch girl? Yeah, someone from 4chan drew me as like... Either they did a really bad job of drawing me as a guy, or they like made me as a chick, but then just didn't give me any feminine features, and I was like, oh, okay. But you know what, I was more upset they gave me the wrong type of pants. Like, they gave me sweatpants, and I'm clearly wearing cargo pants. That was what tilted me the most about all that. Getting my dopamine hit from all the XP gains. Hello. You gonna hit the divider again? Nope. I could legitimately play an entire game like this of just highway racing. Like, I know the tracks aren't particularly challenging, but I just like going fast. This should be a platinum run. And I think I know where I fucked up that other part too. Boost out of the corner. I'd be surprised if this isn't platinum. Yeah, 2 seconds ahead. That was pretty good. This game looks beautiful. It's correct. Gender is a social construct. Woke in a boomer chat. Gender roles aren't a social construct. Alright, let's go back to the S15 race that cucked me by like a couple car lengths. How's our Crew 2 installation going? Oh, it's downloading. 33 gig, boys. Guess we're staying up late tonight. Alright, back to this shit. But yeah, I'll do a couple... When the Crew 2 is done, which it will be eventually, I will jump in, I will load my old profile, and I will take whatever speed car I have, or the hypercar that I have, and I will go blast through... What's it called? Like the Miami to... or Detroit to Miami race. Because I know the layout, I'm not completely terrible at it. Hopefully it's kept all my options, so I don't have to set up my wheel. Alright, let's stop getting cucked by this race. I think I know what I was doing wrong, too. Ruby, I think it was you messaged me on Instagram. Did you get through... How much of that Chris Chan documentary did you get through? So glad the AI didn't hit the bus there. Alright. I could just feel the hidden assists fighting the car. Get out of the corner. There we go. Is it tracking compared to my auto log time? That'd be handy. I don't know why it slowed me down there. Grass shouldn't be like that sticky. Cucked by half a second. So the reason I enjoy watching Chris Chan stuff is because, like, at least in Canadian schools, you always have, like, I would say you have 23 to 25 kids per class, and then you have, like, 3 to 4 special needs students like Chris Chan in your class. And, like, the big question everyone always asks, like, in private is just, like, what are these people like away from school? Because they're obviously, like, not all there. But, like, you just really have a curiosity of, like, how do these people, like, go about their daily lives? Because, like, when I go home, I sit and play video games, I see my friends, like, that sort of thing. But, like, with people with advanced special needs like Chris has, you're just like, what goes on, like, when they go home? Like, what are their parents like? What are their, like, family like? What's their social life like? Like, what do they do? Because you just don't know. And the Chris Chan documentaries kind of answer that question for you. And it's not a good answer, but it's at least some sort of answer. So that's why I personally like watching them. It answers a question we all had back in, like, school. And it has changed my opinions on some things. Because, like, you see that he's not living what one would consider a happy life. And it's definitely changed, like, how I view that whole situation. If that makes sense. But it definitely doesn't come from a spot of, like, I'm a loser with nothing better to do. It's just, like, I knew so many of those people from my time just going through our school system, and it's just like, what do these people do, like, in their spare time? Like, what are their parents like? Like, is it like when they go home and just like hang out? Like, what do they do? What does that entail? And like with Chris Chan Docs, you finally get an answer to that. Some stuff is like really messed up. Like the people like trolling him are like really mean. Like I'm sure you've gotten to the part where he's getting trolled by Blue Spike and all that, and it's like kind of fucked up. But at the same time, it's like that's really interesting that like this dude is just so far gone that like he can't tell the difference between like an actual girl on the internet and like someone just messing with him. I think the best video is still the Ben Saint one. Like Geno Samuel's docs are good, but Ben Saint is more concise and is funnier, I guess. 23, 24, and cucked by the Pickle Man again. Literally by the same gap. To be honest, I see it as like what happens when you let a child with autism go off the hinge and let them go completely unchecked. Bob and Barbara, complete assholes. Shitty parents and unchecked autism is a super dangerous combination. No, and that's interesting too. It's almost like an experiment of like what happens when you have a kid that's like definitely special needs. And instead of getting him the proper help, you just let him just roam the planet completely free of any like guidance. And it's not an experiment that should be carried out, but like it's the one instance of that happening and it being like kind of broadcasted all over the internet. So we do have an answer to that question now, and it's like sad. But yeah, his parents fucked him up by not putting him into like special programs. Fuck. This is gonna be the bane of my existence. Yeah. 2444 now 2420. This is a properly hard challenge. Like the track layout's a bit difficult. You have to like strategically draft the AI and then pull ahead afterwards so you don't battle with them. I don't mind this. I like the Adam Stackhouse saga and the Megan thing. From what I understand, Megan was kind of shitty to him because she used him. Not for like emotional, but like she would use him to like buy her things. But she's also kind of an idiot because like she knew that you're dealing with a special needs dude and you're surprised that he's creeping on you. Like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Fuck you. Oh my god. But yeah, like, his parents really fucked up. Like, if you have a child who's special needs to that extent, like, they need to be in programs, even after they graduate high school. Like, they need to be in programs, they need to be with other people like them. They need to have their caretakers so they can do, like, normal things without getting arrested, for example. Uh-oh. This is bad. It's a bad run right now. The really funny part about all of the Chris Chan, like, his whole lore, is that, like, sometimes he's kind of right. And sometimes, like, he makes a kind of a valid point, but he's too mentally not there to kind of articulate himself correctly, which gets him into trouble. But again, there are points where like he's not wrong, and that's kind of what's funny about the whole thing. Like I'm not extensively brushed up on Sonichu, but there are parts where it's like he explains he wants like a dating education thing. It's not the most retarded idea. It's really not. Like, we do have like career and life management here in Canadian schools, but like the idea that like what he was trying to vocalize is not so much that dating ed needs to be taught in schools, but like you could tell he wished someone had like sat him down and said like this is how it works, and it's going to be a bit difficult for you because you're a bit mentally not there, but like this is how it works. And you could tell he was just longing for that, and he's like they need to invent this, but the reality is that shit's already invented, and Bob and Barb just didn't put him in the correct programs for it. And like Sonichu itself is a shitty, stupid comic. It is. It's like, what the fuck? Why was this ever given? Why did this see the light of day? How about that? But like, this dude was so bored that he did an entire comic series, and that's kind of impressive. Like, I know the effort it takes to sit down and write a book that no one will like and everyone will laugh at. And like this dude did it over a period of years and like still kept to it. So you want to think like in a world where he's not so deficient, this might have actually paid off for him, and he could be in a different galaxy. What do they call it? Parallel universe. He could actually be kind of successful. If I had to say a favorite saga, though, I'd say the Miyamoto saga. Like, easily. Easily, because that was really funny. Sonichu is great, what are you talking about? So Sonichu is, like, funny, because I think the way Argent described it is because it's like X-rated Pokemon where, like, the main Pikachu character just walks around talking about how big his dick is. And it's, like, it's kind of hilarious. Like, not even in, like, in an ironic way, but, like, that's really funny. It's like this weird Adult Swim, like, Pokemon spin-off. And it's kind of, there are points where it's kind of funny. But I think what's sad about Sonichu is, what are they called? Sub-episodes where it's like Chris Chan's life with like Mary Lee Walsh and like just like him getting arrested at Target. Those are really sad to read, and I don't know. He's like drawing cartoons of like him having outbursts in public because he can't process. Like he has no one to talk to about it. He has no like counselor or anything. Oh my god, are we gonna get cucked again? Just barely. 224.6. You know what the best part is? He thinks anime exists IRL and he's talking about a dimensional shift. That's rough. Like his Chris Chan the last few years, I mean, like I'm new to the party, right? I only started watching it, I think after like Agassi last year. I was bored and what we were doing at work was kind of tedious. So I just needed like a podcast on. So I'm still relatively new to everything. But the last couple of years in terms of like Chris Chan stuff is just like weird and kind of shitty. Like he has enablers, he has people that are essentially fin doms for him that just blow money on him. The crew's almost done, by the way, so kind of excited for that. Do a couple more. What looks interesting? Vegas, Desert Valley. Seven hairpins, no thanks. The Edge sounds fun with muscle cars. Beat the clock. Sure. Wait, how long is that race? Platinum 135, no thanks. Let's like validate. Rural track attack. Sure, what's this? Have I done any in here? Lost Serpent Pass. Panic attack. Hazard County. It's Good one, guys. I see what you did there. Beat the clock. That could be fun. No, like, what I was getting at is the last little bit has been not so cool. He's got people throwing money at him. He's got a bunch of enablers. He's clearly, like, his mental state's deteriorating. Vegas totally, because it's actually super accurate. Hey, you know what? Sure, I'll do Vegas. I don't particularly like Vegas in this game, but sure. Dried heat. Oh, outrun, beat the clock. That's too short. Vegas velocity. Need a long one, sure. 224. Challenger, Mustang. Slow. Huh. Slick kit. But he's definitely off the rails. It's sad. The last few years, though, have been basically ever since the GameStop incident where he like pepper sprayed somebody. It just kept progressively getting like less funny and more just upsetting. Go to the street I got beat up on. It's possibly. Oh, I didn't get the reference. Hazard County. Dukes of Hazzard. The TV show from the 70s where the General Lee's from. To me, that's kind of like that was really creative. Black Box was a really great dev team. This car already sucks. It's too slow. Oh, this is like a race to checkpoints. This is kind of neat. I'll be so upset if I have to like recalibrate my wheel and everything for the crew, though I think I've deleted it before and reinstalled it, so it might have kept all my settings. Too many traffic cars on this path. I'm fucked. His defeat and his angry email to Sony is amazing. No, and that was the funny part of that saga. It's like it wasn't hurting anybody. It was just like it was like peak harmless trolling from 4chan. You weren't playing with the dude's emotions in regards of like chicks or whatever. It was just like funny. And him like trying to awkwardly like explain to who he thought was Shigeru Miyamoto about like Sonichu. And then like people kind of playing along with it being real. Or the guy impersonating what's his face? Reggie Fils-Aimé. Pretty close to IRL. That's good. That was an easy challenge, surprisingly. It took us how many attempts to beat the 200 SX challenge, and this was first try. How close are we on the crew, boys? 1 minute and 41 seconds. Damn, my internet's amazing. No hood types riding bikes no-handed in the middle of the intersection, 0 out of 10. Yeah, it'd be like that. You know, my uncle and I were actually going to go to Vegas this fall for the NHRA race, but he ended up having some bills to pay, so that got shit-canned. Adam Stackhouse saga is so good. Yeah, like the whole what was that competition? Like the Parappa the Rapper PSP thing was like really funny, and I do want to do Hazard County now. It's long enough too. Car class 69 Boss 302, and you can only play it as an orange car. Ha! I see what you did there. Good job, EA. I get that. Yeah, I was not very good at French. Adam Stackhouse one was he tried to win a PSP for Megan and go to Seattle with her and did some really shit video. Yeah, he like the competitions like you had to rap something a cappella from Parappa the Rapper's PSP release. Oh, and you get chased by the cops too. That's pretty dope. Just the good old boys. Get fucked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a great roadblock. Airplane. Let's go left, maybe? Probably fucked up the line. I'll have to do this again. This is peak Dukes of Hazzard. This is amazing. This is a great mission. The cops are like not doing anything though, which is kind of disappointing. The Adam. Okay, so back to the chat topic. The Adam Stackhouse saga was funny because like he made like 100 different accounts to like upvote his own video, like fake PS3 accounts. So he's like trying to like stuff the ballot. He got like friends and like old teachers to vote for his video, so it would like get to the top. And he still lost to fucking Adam Stackhouse. And it was like Adam and his sister, just like fucking around. What the fuck is this? That was pretty neat. It's way too simple though. What I like the most is he got so mad he printed a picture of Adam and then shot it with some sort of Nerf gun. That was amazing. No, you're right. The best part is like how people at first thought he was like not real and just like dicking with everyone. And then it was like some chick who worked at like his local mall's GameStop came out and said like, no, this guy's real. He like sits outside GameStop all day. What I've always found funny about the Chris Chan shit is that like I was big on 4chan, like both me and my buddy were. Cause that's when Chris Chan was first discovered when we first found 4chan, and he was posted everywhere on B, and I just ignored all the threads because I'm like, that guy's wearing a diaper, right? It's like, or no, it's like the picture of him in his like mom's bra and panties, and I just saw it every time I clicked on B, and I'm like, I don't care. Do you have any thoughts on the future NASCAR regulations regarding the new chassis and possibly new engine regulations? No, they're killing themselves. They've taken away too much power. The cost of running a team has spiraled out of control, and it's going to be hard to rein it back in. They've taken a lot of tracks off the schedule that or how about this? The schedule is brutal. Full stop. They go to tracks they just shouldn't. They gambled on building these mega speedways like Texas and Chicagoland and Kansas, and it just didn't pan out because the cars were hyper engineered to have too much grip, and they worked themselves into a corner, and it was a poor gamble, and now the series is just dying. So the Crew 2 is done. I'm gonna switch games here real quick. Don't go away. I'm going to boot up the Crew. I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay? I'll get a new stream up, set your reminders or whatever. We'll do some Crew 2.